Well, this is going to be another example of how the establishment only works for one group of people and one group of people only. This boy's name is Lakeith Smith. And 2 years ago, apparently, allegedly, well, not 2 years, maybe 3 years now, him and a group of friends were caught burglarizing and trying to attempt to steal from some people. So he's 18 now. So you gotta think back in 2015, he was 15 years old, and he was there with a couple of other people. He wasn't by himself. The police confront them, and then the police ended up shooting and killing his friend or whoever it was that he was with. Now here's the interesting part about this whole thing. The police shoot and kill the other person. They shoot him 4 times and he's dead. But now they put this guy on trial, Lakeith Smith, and now he has been convicted for all charges, including one of murder. Now, this kid did not murder anybody. He didn't hold a gun, he didn't pull a trigger, and he did not kill anybody. But the cops did. They killed the 16-year-old, the one he was with. And now he's getting hit with these charges. Well, it's no longer charges because they made him stick. And now he's getting ready to go to jail for 65 years. That means that by the time he gets out of jail, if he doesn't get any kind of appeal or get this shit overturned, he's going to be well into his 80s by the time he gets out. Now, this is a perfect example of how that 13th Amendment works. Let me just go ahead and read this article. Much has been made of the fact that a black teenager laughed openly in court before being sentenced to 65 years in prison. Lakeith Smith, age 19, laughed as a judge commented during his sentencing Thursday. But the brutal truth of it is that this kid embodies the tragedy of criminal justice in America today. Certainly no laughing matter to those destroyed by it. In early March, Lakeith Smith, age 18, was convicted of felony murder, burglary, and theft for helping in the 2015 break-ins of 2 homes in Millbrook, Alabama. Smith was only 15 years old when he and a group of cohorts were confronted by police after being accused of breaking and entering. Now notice it said break accused, meaning allegedly. His friend Adante Washington was killed by the police that night, shot 4 times for allegedly brandishing a gun. Yet under Alabama's felony murder rule, a Class A felony, Smith was not only tried as an adult, but also charged in Adante's death, even though it was a cop's bullet that ended the 16-year-old life. So this kid was charged as an adult at the age of 15. Remember, they love to say that we look older than what we are. They said Tamir Rice was 18 when he was only 12. A grand jury declined to prosecute the still unnamed officers in the killing. So this shooting happened 3 years ago, and they never released the name of the officers that actually killed his friend. On Thursday, Judge Sibley Reynolds of Alabama's 19th Circuit Court hit Smith with 30 years for murder, 15 years for burglary, and 10 years each for 2 theft convictions to be served consecutively. USA Today reports that Smith did not take a plea offer of 25 years, and after losing at trial, he received the heavy penalty. The prosecutor has made public, so basically they was like, well, we'll give you the bare minimum of 25 years, just serve 25 years. I'm like, no, why would I serve 25 years and I didn't kill anybody? Let me remind you, 30 years for murder. He did not kill, was most likely the burglary and theft charges, and even I think those 2 charges, that the years that he got for both of those were too high. Because it wasn't like it was armed robbery. Notice that wasn't even a charge. The prosecutor has made public comments that Smith smiled and laughed throughout the sentencing, and the judge seemed incensed that the teen didn't seem appropriately sorry. So that's why they hit him with the 65 years, because he laughed in court. I don't think Mr. Smith will be smiling long when he gets to prison. District Attorney C.J. Robinson said, "We are very pleased with this sentence because the sentences are consecutive. It will be a long time before he comes up for even the possibility of parole for at least 20 to 25 years." Now, listen to the tone of that. They say, "We are very pleased with this sentence." They feel really good that they are sending this black teen who dared laugh in the face of probably these white judges and these white attorneys and this mostly white jury in their faces. And the reason he probably laughed is because he knew it was some bullshit. And he was like, you know what? They're going to send me up the river anyway. I might as well laugh to keep from crying. But Smith's lawyer, Jennifer Holton, had another take. The officer shot Adante, not Lakeith Smith. Lakeith Smith was a 15-year-old child scared to death. He did not participate in the act that caused the death of Adante. He never shot anybody. Sometimes we wear the mask. Sometimes we laugh so as not to weep. It says updated. It says this story has been updated to show that Lakeith Smith was charged and convicted in Adante Washington's death under Alabama's felony murder rule, not its accomplice accountability law. I can already see the comments right now from, my subscribers. And you know what? I agree with you. This so-called law was made to protect them and punish us. Like, he has to be one of the rare few to go to jail for killing somebody when he didn't kill anybody. Well, I take that back. That's not a rare few. That's a majority. And those cops got ultimate privilege because they never revealed their names, and they didn't even prosecute them. They just basically killed. That's basically the loss of two black bodies, one to the grave and one to the system. They just killed two birds with one stone. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments.